Okay, guys, so we are ready for the next iteration of your NGO project. So at this point, again, I kind of just want to go back to the syllabus and let's look at where we are, right? We have finished our application. You've gotten feedback on that. You are now submitting the new due date as being tomorrow for your strategic plan. And then by Monday, you are completing and taking the feedback from your strategic plan and transferring that into your NGO Shark Tank style video pitch, right? And so let's walk through what the expectations of that are. First and foremost, if you have not already done so, right, underneath the projects module, you have the NGO project. I've now added some more information. I'm doing this stepwise so that you stay along with me, right, as we're moving through this information. Remember, you also have, if you've kind of forgotten, lost sight, right, or you've lost the feedback, go back, look at the video that I did of the overview of the whole project. I've also made a video that's specifically just on the strategic plan, so go back and look at that. Again, your NGO strategic plan will be due tomorrow night, October 1st by 11:59. Please go back to your original application, click on it, right? Go to the assignment comments, find the video I have made and review that because that's the feedback that needs to go into your strategic plan. Okay, I digress. Let's get into the next phase, right? So now what you're doing is you're going to take that strategic plan and you're basically going to put together a video pitch. You're going to Shark Tank style, give me the pitch as if you were pitching it to the city, right? Coming to Dallas City Hall and saying, hey, you want to fund my NGO. This is what we want. So let's look at the expectations of that. Okay, first and foremost, before you be on this video, the first thing I want you to do is right click, copy this hyperlink, right? And go to it. Watch it. This is the most hand-holding video of what the expectations are going to be. I literally have designed what you are turning in based on this video. So if you don't watch this video, you're setting yourself up for failure in the sense that this is telling you exactly what needs to be in, right? Learn how to make a nonprofit pitch deck because that's what you're doing. You're trying to now make the claim that you should get the $50,000 over a classmate and their NGO. So first things first, walk through this video, look through it, get a good grasp on it because, right, when you go back and you look at the directions, you're going to see that the 11 at minimum slides you have to put together are based upon the slides that are presented to you in that video. And it tells you exactly what needs to go in there aside from the words that are right here inside of the actual directions. Now, other things to note. Notice that I am talking to you and I'm showing you something, right? Again, if I was pulling up a PowerPoint, right? I'm just pulling up my latest lecture that I just taught this morning, right? Here is what presentation mode does not look like, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. This is not presentation mode. But what I want you to first and foremost understand here is I'm talking to you, and there's also something happening over here for you to pay attention to, as if we were in class together, right? So when you give me a video, you have to be showing me something. You have to be demonstrating a presentation, right? As if you were in class giving it and standing in front of the room, you'd have the projector and all of that. So first and foremost, if your video and your PowerPoint are not tied together, the best I can give you is half credit because that's not what the project is. The project is these two things have to be tied together. You're making the pitch, right? We went through the COVID and Zoom era. You've watched many a presentation of your instructors and your professors and your teachers trying to navigate teaching you information in a digital space. So we're very familiar with this. You have access to Zoom through the university. You should be able to walk through on how to do this. And if you don't, Google it. There are lots of resources. You guys are all absolutely able and capable. You can even record with inside of, right, PowerPoint itself. The other thing I really want to point out here is, see this little thing down here? Or you can go up here into present. This is not in presentation mode. You will be graded on whether or not you are presenting a professional appearance of something, right? Now we're ready. Hi, how you doing? My name is Kelly Varga. Today we're going to be talking about the membrane, right? Here is the overview of what we're going to be working through. There's a flow. There's a professionalism here. So again, I first and foremost want you go through and watch this video. Literally, it is the backbone of how you're going to be making your pitch. It explains exactly why these slides need to be a part of making a pitch style presentation, right? The second thing, just open up PowerPoint, my recommendation to you, right? Here's your opening slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now you know you have your 11 slides, right? They're started, they're ready to go. Then what I would do is just go back in, right? And maybe take the big bold letters, but also look at what is going to be professional, right? If I copied all of this and put it into the slide, that's just you putting in a placeholder, right? Us as professors, we take time. We make sure that it's simplified. There's not too much information on there, but I want to focus you in on the fact that this is what we're going to be looking at. This is what I want to draw your eye in, right? I'm not overwhelming you with information. Maybe I put in a video, I put in lots of pictures. I've got minimal text and big pictures. If I was presenting to you specifically on research about hydrophobic, who discovered the bond arrangement, right, in a phospholipid bilayer. I'm not in this particular case, but if I was, then I would have the citation directly tied to where I pulled this information from. Again, I know this is not new information for you. If it is new information for you, then watch a couple videos, how to reference appropriately, why are references appropriate, right? There is a level of professionalism here that is expected. Because again, as you leave and you transition into your work, your career, wherever you're going in this world, and hope for the best of successes for you all, there's going to be a level of which you're going to have to perform at your job. These are all just practice runs. Think of this as nothing more than, I'd rather get this wrong here, or I'd rather shoot for it to be right, get feedback from Dr. Varga, right? Because you clearly know now I'm trying to give you as much feedback by engaging with you guys through these discussion boards as possible. I'm giving you extensive feedback. I'm giving you a lot of my time too. And what unfortunately I'm seeing is there isn't a lot of time going into the assignment. So, you know, if it's very obvious you threw this together last minute, you don't really know what you're talking about, it's going to be very obvious. You don't really know the citations or the references. The links don't work to what you're trying to convey. Things are made up, or hallucinated. I'm not going to give you feedback. I'm just going to give you the bad grade and keep it moving, because I guess if we can't agree that the level of going in is going to be the right. So just keep this in mind. I want to provide you guys the feedback. This is a fun project-based course for me. And I hope it's a fun project-based course for you. So let's go back here. So what I want you to do, look through the requirements, view the video, right? And then the next thing I want you to do, right? Notice I've put in some of the questions that you may ask yourself. Absolutely. Now, I made these directions when AI was not really a thing at this point in time. So I was talking about plagiarism, but there's going to be an AI in here statement. So make sure that at this point, copying and pasting the directions into AI and just putting down what AI spits out, it's it doesn't align with some of the nuanced details, right? So let's just make sure that we're taking what we have as a strategic plan. We're transforming a lot of that strategic plan now into slides, and we're going to make it very professional. We're going to make it polished. We're going to have our presentation and presentation mode, all of that. What am I going to be graded on, Dr. Berger? How do I know? Boom, I have a rubric for you. Now you know. And guess what? Professionalism and presentation skills is one of them. References. Do your references actually align, and are they in the correct format? If you give me a gigantic link that is just a ton of characters, you're going to lose the points. I'm going to take off the 2 points for the references. I'm going to take points, right? And this is just for the rubric. Then you have to submit to me your physical presentation. So you're submitting to me a video pitch with your presentation in the background going, and you're giving it to me. And then you're going to upload your physical presentation. So those are two major requirements. The very last thing you will need to do for this assignment, right? Going back to our syllabus, is then the following Monday, you are going to give some feedback. You're going to view your fellow classmates, and you're going to make a vote. You're going to say whether or not you liked one, and you're going to give feedback. At minimum, you're going to have to give feedback, right? That's the final 10 points, and you'll have to give it on 2 different individuals, and these are the questions, right? Number 1 and 2, and then you'll have to vote. So review this, please. Look it over, read the directions, know what the expectations are. And also just remember, you have an entire module that's been built now around the breakdown of each component area. So I say all of this to say, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Your video submission, again, after you make your strategic plan, I'm going to hopefully turn around real quick and give you exactly what I provided for you in the NGO application. I'm going to give you some feedback. I'm going to give you a grade. That grade's going to be a little bit harsher based on what you've changed from your application to your strategic plan, because again, I gave you feedback. I hope you incorporated that feedback. And then you're gearing up to take basically the strategic plan and now make it exciting. Minimal text. I should not see you doing this and reading straight from the actual thing. That's not engaging, right? That's not pictures, fun, exciting, right? The last thing I want to say here, I know this is a long video and I apologize, is that there is one thing that is added in here that I want you to make sure that you read. Is that you have to put together a logo, a flyer, something as part of one of your slides to showcase what would a recruitment or an education piece or something that's going to market selling me what your NGO does. So again, this is a hopeful place for you to be creative. Whatever you want to design, right? This could be a fun place where AI could come into play because it could come up with an image for you. Now, again, if you're going to use AI and you're going to make a poster, it still hallucinates. It'll make words that aren't real. It'll misspell things. It won't put things to, if you can't clean that up, again, you'll lose points. So please just be, let's just be professional, guys. That's all it really comes down to, is just trying to get you into the mindset of professionalism. So any questions, please let me know. And again, I look forward to seeing your videos. They are due on Monday. Make sure to get your strategic template plan in by tomorrow. end of day. And I will turn around as quickly as I possibly can to give you feedback Thursday into Friday so that you can work on it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and turn it in on Monday. Okay, have a great week, guys, and I will talk to you soon.